was a zero.
It's 9 games.
All right. Listen,
That's
I
a lot of
promise
season,
you'll have
buddy.
more time to talk about this. It might be off the air. We got to talk some medals. Nick gave him out. There's no disputing that. How about Rudy Gobert? 24 points, 28 rebounds. It's good, but the Jazz lost to the Warriors. It's bad. So no medal for Rudy. Also, guys, important to note, fun fact, in French, Rudy Gobert is pronounced Rudy Gobert. Nick, who we got from the weekend?
What would we have done without that note? Rudy, sorry, not enough screen assists, my man.
Literally everything.
Sorry, Jenna, I couldn't resist. Bronze medalist, Zion. Hey, wait, Clippers. Hey, Clippers. Maybe rim protection is something you left off the shopping list. Another year. Oh, those scary Clippers. Zion ate your lunch all night. Good job, Zion. Silver medalist, Russ from Saturday night. I would argue Russ's best game as a Wizard. 42, 10, and 12. Russell Westbrook, who hasn't played for the Rockets this year, but actually added more value to them than James Harden did this season. Gold medalist, Jimmy Butler. Don't look at the Heat now. They've won 10 of 11. 29, 7, 9, 5 steals. It's the red-hot Miami Heat. Here's a question people are asking. Has a guy ever finished in the top 5 of MVP voting when not being an all-star? That's what Jimmy Butler's going for. Broussard, that's your medalist. I'm really legitimately angry at my colleagues, and I took it out on Jenna, and I apologize for that. Go ahead, Broussard.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, that was fine. I don't know that Jimmy Butler will be in the top 5 MVP voting, but he has led Miami on the surge. But guess who beat up on Miami? The Brooklyn Nets with James Harden. Oh, that's right. Nick, let the Houston thing go,
That's not
man.
about medals. That's not about medals. When did that happen?
Well, bring us back. Who just missed the cut?
Oh, the only thing worse, or better actually, than an aggressive technical foul, the low-key technical foul. Bingo, just like that. It's almost like a game show. I like it. More low-key technical fouls. Love it. Also, that is good, too. What are you getting from? That's what Jenna's do for me from now on. Out of here, Nick. You? Technical foul for that Rudy Gobert comment. Out of here.
After that Rudy Gobert line. Back to New Orleans, change it up. Drew Brees hanging him up. Job opening under center. Who's going to be the guy come week 1 for the New Orleans Saints? Have that next. First things first. Rudy
Jenna,
Gobert.
I apologize.
Back here on First Things First, we got Chris Broussard with us. Broussard, we had a scary moment for the Sixers fans Friday night when Joel Embiid left the game after landing awkwardly, coming off that dunk. Thankfully, though, an MRI revealed no structural damage, just a bone bruise that'll sideline Joel for 2 weeks until he's reevaluated. Chris Broussard, how will Joel Embiid's injury impact the MVP race now moving forward, if at all?
Well, Jenna, it impacts it. It opens it up. It makes it wide open for LeBron James to win his 5th MVP award and match the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. So it's there for LeBron, but look at Embiid. He was my front runner at this point, and he was many people's front runner. If he comes back in 2 weeks and plays the rest of the season, which is obviously unlikely he usually sits out here and there, he will have still missed more than 20% of the games. No player has won the MVP award missing anything close to that since writers began voting in 1981. All right, so Embiid is essentially out of the MVP race. So it's there for the taking for LeBron James. The problem is this. The Lakers have only been 8-7 this season without Anthony Davis. Davis is out the next 2 weeks as well. If LeBron can lead them on a nice run without AD, he could put himself squarely in first place. They've lost 6 of their last 9, though, without Anthony Davis. So LeBron's got to pick it up and get the Lakers going without AD. Now, if Nick were a voter, which he's not, he would say that James Harden is not in this race. All right, James Harden is LeBron's biggest challenger at this point. But Nick says the way he left Houston disqualifies him from the race. Now, I'll give Nick this. If we were voting for president of the Glee Club or leader of the church choir, I might be with him. Okay, but this is about hoop. This is about basketball. And James Harden is straight up balling. The Nets are 19-6 with him. They've won 12 of their last 13 with him. Basically all of it without Kevin Durant. and his numbers are fantastic. If the Nets run away from the rest of the East in the second half of the season and Harden continues to play this way, he's going to have a major chance to win it. Few other possibilities, Chris Paul if Phoenix continues to be the second seed, which I don't see. And Luka, my preseason pick, and I think Knicks too, is making a run. Dallas the A seed, but they've won 11 of their last 14. Yeah. If they continue to move up and maybe get to a 4 seed, then Luka may have a chance. But right, it's there for the taking for LeBron James.
So, listen, I don't want to dive into the Harden stuff right now because it's a very interesting thing Broussard said. He was like, you can't miss 20% of the season and be MVP. Here's a guy, though, who, according to Broussard's numbers, has played 25 games, and he could win it. Wait, no, he played more than that. But some of those were in Houston. But those games don't count because those hurt his case. But they do count for his total numbers. I don't understand. Somebody galaxy brain that for me. But you left a name out. So here's the thing. I want to show a blind stat reveal and put Broussard up with me if we can show this. Broussard, looking at these two people, would you agree that they have damn near identical arguments? If I were to tell you their teams have almost identical records, would you say those two arguments are about the same? Okay, show who those two people are, because one of them you didn't mention. Okay, so I have a question for you and then I want to respond. Why is Giannis not on the list? Why is he not included?
Right now, because, well, he's not a front runner because Milwaukee's not having a great season record-wise. He's in the race. Now, is it impossible? The fact that he's won the last 2 and then fizzled in the playoffs will work against him. But winning 3 straight is not impossible, especially in this season. But you're right. I left him out. But he can be in the race.
Most people are arguing the reason Giannis is not even a forethought is because of what happened in last year's playoffs. Because he won last year and because he fizzled out in the playoffs. And if that is going to work against Giannis, I asked Chris Broussard, our esteemed MVP voter, if last year's playoffs can work against someone, why are they not allowed to work for someone? So last year in the playoffs, LeBron was amazing. We can't talk about it. It's a regular season this year award. Last year in the playoffs, Giannis stunk. We have to talk about it, even though it's a regular season I'm confused. So the playoffs from last year count negatively against Giannis, and the fact that he won it last year counts negatively against Giannis. But LeBron, the fact that he didn't win it and hasn't won it in 7 years, can't count for him, and the fact that he was the best player in the playoffs can't for. It just seems odd to me. Can you explain that as a voter? Because I'm not a voter, so I don't know what you guys talk about in your meetings. Explain it to me, please.
You know good and well we don't have meetings. But anyway, it's not just that LeBron or Giannis won it last year. It's that he won it the last 2 years. Okay? He won the MVP the last 2 years and fizzled out in the playoffs both times. Now, for some voters, it may not be a factor. If the Milwaukee Bucks came out and were winning at the pace they won that last year, Giannis would be right there in the race. I guarantee you. They were on a 70-win pace last year. They're not this year. They're 3rd in the East. That's the problem. It's the same reason LeBron doesn't have more than 4. Because when he was in Cleveland his second go-round, they won 52 games, 50 games. Like, he coasted. The team didn't play as well in the regular season. And regular season record is a factor. Milwaukee is kind of experimenting with some defensive things. They're not winning as much because they know it's really about the playoffs for us. So that's the reason. Again, if Giannis were winning at the same clip as last year, oh, you better believe he'd be up there. Because Larry Bird, Bill Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain have won 3 straight. So it's not impossible to win 3 straight MVP awards.
I'm so annoyed with you guys. Y'all know so much about basketball, and y'all been covering it for so long, but yet y'all continue to get this conversation wrong. Look, so the question is, does Embiid's injury impact the MVP race? Absolutely.